Keeping it real and keeping the faith.
I'll make sure. Yeah, you can put that light, leave that light on. That'll be good. So we're here at the Greenwood Cultural Center with Dr. Donald Evans, who is the founder and director of NAFRA, which is the National African American Family Reunion Project. And we're just wanting to document his experience coming here and getting a chance to breathe in the energy of the Greenwood Cultural Center, which is holding the artifacts and the pictures of what actually happened here in Tulsa. So, Dr. Evans, give us some uh, thoughts about you being here and what it's like for you. What's going on?
Well, one of the things that's going on is that, and I'm really happy that I came today in the first place because the story about Black Wall Street has never been told adequately. And whenever you come to a place where all of the data connected to it has been collected and put in one spot, and every black person in the United States of America should know where this location is, this culture center. And we should, when we're passing through Tulsa, should pause to give homage to those that lost their lives in the most heinous riot that this country has known. But there's another story too. When the Indians was forced off their land in the east and they were told to come into Oklahoma under escort of the military, it's called the Trail of Tears. Well,
Yes.
among those Indian families that moved, many of them had slaves, and they brought those slaves with them. So naturally, whatever suffering that the Indians did on that Trail of Tears, also those slaves suffered along with them.
Yes.
But that gave them another bond other than the fact that they were both oppressed. And these are the kinds of things that you can learn. There's another thing that I wasn't aware of. I knew that there were other black town sites that existed at one time in the state of Oklahoma, but I had no idea that there was 12 of them. And this
Yes.
information is beautifully displayed here on the wall in this museum.
Yes.
And it's this kinds of information that need to be up on the website, and it need to be available to our families all over the country for them to understand and to get this history and absorb this history and teach this history to the children. Because with Black Wall Street and the history of Black Wall Street and what Black Wall Street USA is doing now, along with NAPRA, working shoulder to shoulder with NAPRA, is that we plan to do some things that probably many Negroes, that is not at the conscious level that some of us are, is going to think that it is impossible to do. And as you know, there isn't anything impossible to do when the Creator has his hand on your shoulder
Yes.
and bless you to get the job done.
Yes.
The only thing it is that I was telling the major that we met a few minutes ago, brilliant young man
Yes.
that works in the Pentagon. And we told him everything about what we are doing, and he is doubly impressed. But being a military man myself of 27 years experience, I want everyone to know that those military members of your family, you need to tell them to get in contact with Black Wall Street, get in contact with NAPRA, and see what you can offer with the knowledge that you gain while you were in the military. But the one thing that we have got to do, we have got to get more of our people coming here to this site.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that I can inspire a greater number of people in Dallas to make the trip up here. It's only a 6-hour trip, and 6 hours to get the history that is in this place is nothing to pay. Because I have driven much farther than that just for something never in my wildest imagination would be as valuable to our history and our culture. And this is a continuation of our
Yes.
Holocaust. It
Yes.
is as important to us as the Middle Passage is.
Yes.
And you need to understand that, and it's our responsibility. Sister Rachel and myself, Brother Carter, Sister Rachel's husband, Sister Rachel's mother's here, her sister's here. It's our responsibility to get this story out there and get it told correct and get it told with love and respect. The story that we will be telling has nothing to do with hate.
Absolutely.
What has happened, but nobody's going to sweep it under the rug.
Yes.
So we have to honor it. We have to honor those that have fallen. Many of them lost their family members and they never saw their family members again, didn't even know where the family members were buried and still don't.
Yes.
So we have to honor those memories and those spirits and those souls, and we will do that.
Absolutely.
But in the meanwhile, we have jobs to create. We have people to put to work. We have family members to get off drugs. We have family members to come away from guns.
Yes.
We have family members to come away from just sitting around wasting their lives and not wanting to get involved. We have to inspire them to get involved again.
Yes.
So we don't have an option. It's not an option. We have work to do.
Yes.
And for those of us who is afraid of working, want something for nothing, you're looking at the wrong organization if you look at Black Wall Street USA and NAFRA, the National African American Family Reunion Association. It is our purpose to link all of those families together into one national organization so that we can do leverage in order to get monies into our involvement, in order to do franchising,
Yes.
in order for us to use the land that is in black people. There's still land that isn't being used. We want to put that land under the management of real farmers to grow the produce that we're going to sell in the franchised family buffet restaurant.
Yes.
So on Sunday, you can come to your own family buffet restaurant after service.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go to somebody else. We're going to do franchising of General Dollar stores. I'm calling them General Dollar Oasis in relationship to our motherland.
Yes.
I always want to throw something in there about mama
Yes.
so that everybody will understand. Whenever you hear Family Dollar Oasis, you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
So don't get bashful and go to the wrong place. Bring your money there because a family will be managing that place. One of the reunion families that need a job and need to hire the family members to be able to send the family members to college when they get of college age. This is what we're out for. We're out to educate ourselves better. We're out to spend our resources better. And we're out to work harder to make sure that this come off as soon as possible. We want to get started building. I'm not talking about leasing nobody's else building. I'm talking about us building our own buildings so that we own it. From day one, we own it. And we have to put a financial structure around Black Wall Street, around NAFRA,
Yes.
that we own.
Black Wall
And it
Street
can
USA.
be done. It can be done. It was done before. We're going to do it again, and I hope smarter.
Absolutely.
I'm just thrilled to be here in Tulsa today, and I told Sister Rachel, if she had just gave me some idea what I was going to walk into when I got here, I would have probably been here before, because driving overnight to get to this place is nothing. The highway was clear. There was no stops. There was no bad weather. And I got here an hour and a half earlier than I thought I would have. So I'm just elated. I'm overwhelmed. My soul is just taking everything it can. It's just like a sponge. And that's the way I want the family to be. We want to do a Saturday school all over this country in order for us to help to get our children who have dropped out of school, those who are near dropping out. We want to keep them in school. We want them to get as much as they can get while they're in school, so that when they get out of school, they will be able to stay in college when we put them in college. But we want them to be qualified. And we want to do many other things. But we are going to prioritize what it is we're going to do first. And whatever we determine that we're going to do first by the survey that we're going to put out. When that family tells us, we want you to do these 5 things, and the one we list, number 1, we want you to do first. When we take a survey of the surveys and find out after the analysis has been done that number one might have been, well, a national hot dog stand, whatever.
Right.
If that's what they said that they want us to do, that's what we're going to do.
Mhm.
But if they say it's a bank, then we have got to get busy putting a bank together. So all of you deep pocket sisters and brothers that's out there, when we tell you we need $10 million, we don't even want you to blink. We'd be happy if you just go and put $20 million on the line for us to get this financial system together. Your money will not be lost. It will be the background of this financial institution. We need it. The families, I'm going to ask that each family member, each Sunday, donate $1. And that $1 will be turned into the treasurer of one of the families that's in charge of the project at your church. And take that money and bring that money to put into the fund in the bank of our choice. I am hopeful that we will be able to find a black bank because we want to build that financial situation even stronger than it is. And I know that there is a family trust in Houston, Texas. I'm in Dallas now, even though I'm talking to you from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street on Greenwood Avenue North.
Yes. Thank you, Doctor. We love you. You are our elder statesman, and we honor you for the work that you have done in the military to help protect us, as well as the work you continue to do now with NAFRA and Black Wall Street USA. So we thank you, and as usual, we'll say peace out.
Keeping
right.
it real and keeping the faith.